Hello and welcome back. This is going to be my guide to making extra large fan veils. Quite a few of you have been asking me where I get these fan veils from, and these are the fan veils that I made myself. I'm sat outside in the garden, it's super windy today. I don't know if this was a very good idea or not, but here we are. So these fan veils, they are longer than the normal ones. The normal fan veils are about 30 centimeters, so they come probably about this length. But this extra bit on here, these are about 40 centimeters, just gives it a much wider span, a much wider semicircle, and it just gives you a little bit more to work with. And it lays nicely along your arm. So when you want to work with the fan veil, you can lay it nicely along the arm. Any bigger than this and it starts getting stuck in your body and you can't flow in quite the same way. So I found, just really through trial and error, that staves of about 40 centimeters seem to be about right for me. This was the very first pair that I made, my prototype, and I didn't have quite enough silk fabric. So I ended up with one side which looks lovely, this side here. And then on the other side, I ended up gluing bits and patches of silk that I had left over onto the fan. So whilst they look okay on stage, I've never been 100% happy with them. So this video is really started by the arrival of my silk fan, because to make the fans we need to just get a kind of regular belly dance rectangular silk veil. So, and I bought this one thinking this would be enough. I just cut it in half, but what I hadn't realized is you need to back the other side of the fan to get a really good look. So I just bought one of these. I've had it sat around for a year. I've now ordered a second one. So we'll have a look and see if it's the same colour. And then hopefully I'm going to be good to go to start making the fan veils. Let me just make sure I'm not cutting into the silk. And I can take you through the whole process. I haven't documented it properly before. Ooh, this is looking okay, I think. Yes, so I have got two exactly the same. So I wanted to go for this lovely purple. I couldn't find a completely plain purple fan veil, which I was thinking to get originally, but the colours that we have for Celebrating Dance Festival are purple. That's kind of like our theme colour. So I wanted to make myself a pair of silk fans in the purple, but I like the blue. I like the blue, purple blue ombre. I think that works well, and I can tie that in with different costumes. So I've got my two fans, my two silk veils. So I think these were 2.5 meters. Yeah, that looks just over a meter to me. So I think they're about 2.5 meters. And I think they're about 1.5 meters wide. So that's kind of the size you want to go for. So you need, as I've now discovered, two silk fans. For the staves, I made my own staves. So I bought a bunch of these bamboo, well, they're just called bamboo sticks, but actually they're flat sticks, and these were quite hard to find, but they're really smooth and they really work nicely as the fan staves, which is what I've got on the ones I made before. So these are, I think they're either 0.9, so 9 millimeters, or 1 centimeter in width, and they've got the slightly beveled edges, and they work really well. And then you need one of these. I don't know what this is called. But hopefully you can see that. It's a pin with one of those that you'll bang in tight to make the join on the staves. I was going to show you, but that will fit along there, and then I've stuck an extra piece of wood over the top just to make that first stave really strong and seal in that lock. So I've ordered what I thought was a 1 centimetre wide piece of wood to make my outside, and it's obviously come as 2 centimetres, so I'm going to see if I can cut that up the middle, but ideally you need a metre of 1 centimetre wide to make the outside. And then what else do we need? We need some glue. So that's the setup, that's the products that you need. 2 silk fans, 2 silk veils, bamboo staves we need, I think we need, let me just check, we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, I thought it was 12, so at least 24. I would get a couple of spares as well, so get more than 24 because sometimes the wood splits, so get a pack of 30 or something. I think there was 40 in the pack that I bought. Some glue. I get this glue on AliExpress, B7000, that seems to work really well, just any old fabric glue. Your length and your length of wood to make the finishing touch, and your joining pin. I can't remember what the joining pin is called, but I'll look that up and put that in the comments below for you. So in the next video I'll take you through the next steps of putting the staves together, how we make the hole and construct that and weave the fabric into it to get it joining and flowing nicely, and also the all important thing of making the left hand fan veil and the right hand fan veil, because they need to open in different directions, otherwise you get stuck. So if I just show you with these ones, I think they go that way round. So this is my right hand one with the staves that way, can you see, and my left hand one with the staves that way. If I swap my hands over and I've got them the wrong way, they're just not comfortable. I can't get my thumb around, and the same on this side, I can't get my thumb around to hold it properly. So it's really important that you make your left and right handed fan veils. So I'm going to show you how to do that in the next video. So here is everything you need to make your pair of fan veils. Of course you need your silk. These are just 2 regular belly dance veils which I bought from AliExpress. They're 2.5 meters wide by 1.5 meters in width. You then need your staves. The staves are 40 centimeters long by about 1 centimeter wide. You need 24 and a few spares in case the wood splits. You need a piece of wood for trim. This is a little bit too wide. Ideally you want it 1 centimeter wide, probably by 1 meter long, which we'll need to cut down. So you'll need a small saw just to cut the wood. You'll also need a small drill bit, very small drill bit, about 2 mil wide, or possibly 3 mil wide, to make the holes to fit our rivet in. So the size of the drill bit will depend on the width of your rivet, but it needs to be one that fixes permanently. As you can see there, we've got the 2 parts, one's going to push into the other. Then we need some fabric glue. This B7000 that I get from AliExpress is perfect for the job, and that's all the equipment that you need.